Buenas tardes, Español 2. Ustedes tienen 5 cosas que van a hacer hoy. Primero, en parejas van a hacer un worksheet sobre restaurantes. Después, voces, ERIR pretérito. And then there's another little reading with that. Otro cuento. You're going to do exercise 7 in your... so number 5 here. This could kind of move up here. Anyway. So, first, you guys are going to do this restaurant worksheet. The copy machine was busted today, so I had to use an older one. So I only made enough copies for 1 sheet per pair. So go ahead and get into partners, and Mrs. Goodenough will pass out 1 sheet per pair. So make this nombres, put both of your names please at the top, and you are translating these 2 restaurant dialogues. E for empleado, the worker, C for cliente, the customer. And then at the end of each, you got to figure out what type of restaurant would this be and give an example of that. So are we talking a Papavino's or a Wendy's or something like that? When you're finished with that, please turn those in with both your names on them. Then you're going to be working on the Voces sheet for lesson 2. So I want you to translate this on the page. You can see with these, we're going to be actually answering the questions when we watch this scene. So it's not putting them in order or true or false. You guys can translate them right between the spaces here, and we'll put our answers on a different sheet of paper when we do that. I want to point out number 1 here, como ha cambiado. This is how has changed. How's what changed? El trabajo de la madre. How has the mom's job changed? So you guys can work on this also in partners. There may be some things that you need to look up. Mrs. Goodenough, it's fine for them to use their phones to look that stuff up, unless you think they're not actually using it to look stuff up. Then they can use paper dictionaries on the black bookshelf down below. The Voces sheet, you guys are going to keep on you. Hold on to that for next week. Don't turn that in. After that, todavía en parejas, still in partners, you're going to work on this ERIR preterite word worksheet. I want to point out you've got your conjugations, iste, io, imos, ieron, right on this table here. There are a couple of examples. On this part here, you're taking the infinitive in parentheses and conjugating it based on the subject of the sentence. Part 2 of this says to translate the phrases from these sentences. Pueden escoger los pares o impares. You can choose to do either odds or evens. You're working on this in partners, but each person has their own worksheet, and each person needs to fill it out. This you can hang on to, and we're going to go over it tomorrow. On the back side of that sheet, you have a story called Tenedor Libre. Please look over the vocab for that, and then give the written story a quick first read. Don't need to worry about trying to figure everything out on it, but give it a first read, get the general idea as best you can. Remember, it is written in past tense. Do not do el crucigrama. Tampoco contesten las preguntas. We will do these later. So you're just kind of starting this sheet to get an idea. Again, you're hanging on to this. It's on the back side of your preterite worksheet. That's the end of your partner work. When you've finished with all that, which those things will probably take you the majority of the hour, individually, not in partners, in your chapter packets, you're working on exercise 7. There's a picture. Hay 3 oraciones. Necesitan escoger y it just says marca. Poner un círculo alrededor de la oración que mejor describe el dibujo. Circle the one that best describes the picture. Don't forget the boxes down at the bottom. If you don't get to finish this in class, es tarea. And make sure you guys are excellent for Mrs. Goodenough today, because your behavior today and for your subnotes for today and Wednesday will help determine whether or not you get an extra special fun day on Cinco de Mayo. You hear me? Alright, que tengan una buena clase. You guys have a good class. Nos vemos mañana. Bye.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.